Who are they, the foreign investors? How easy is to do business in Kazakhstan? What investment projects are being implemented? What areas of Kazakhstan's economy are attractive for investment? Watch business opportunities on Kazakh TV and meet successful foreign investors working in Kazakhstan.
The reputation of industrial giant the Uсть-Kamenogorsk valve plant, which is well known far beyond Kazakhstan, has always been impeccable. The company's products are in demand both in the country and abroad. The plant had to go through dramatic times, like many domestic companies, when production activity was on the decline, mostly due to the breakdown of traditional partnerships. Fortunately, the country launched a state program aimed at financial support of enterprises that survived in transitional times and were ready for large-scale modernization of production and technical re-equipment. Help turned out to be apropos. The plant purchased equipment, installed modern machines, and updated the product line. The results were not long in coming. Today, the enterprise has customers in Kazakhstan and abroad, and the geography of supplies is expanding every year.
Добрый день.
Good day, my name is Asel Ukakova. I work as a financial director of the Uсть-Kamenogorsk valve plant. Our regular customers are Russian companies such as Transneft, Rosneft, Gazprom, as well as the Caspian Pipeline Consortium. Also, our customers are companies of the oil and gas industry of Kazakhstan such as Kazmunaygaz, Ozermunaygaz, Intergaz, Central Asia, and others. The main range of our products is presented by slide gate valves, wedge gate valves, reverse valves, ball valves, and reversing valves. Our plant employs more than 500 people. And now I invite you to visit our plant. Come with me. This is my office. My every working day begins with viewing of accounts. Good morning, Ksenia. Please come in with the contracts. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. And now let me introduce our Director for Technical Control, Sergei Ushakov. Our design office is in the next building. In general, the territory of our plant is very large. Now please meet the Deputy Chief Designer of our expertise, Maxim Yurievich. Good afternoon, Maxim Yurievich. Hello. This design documentation has already been approved by the technologists. Yes, in full. Quality, including quality. Our department consists of several design bureaus that solve the assigned tasks. This is different valves, including slide gate valves, wedge gate valves, and reversing ones. For example, three-dimensional modeling of valves. The slide valves are devices that are used in pipelines to immediately shut off any flow, for example, a flow of crude oil or even just water, depending on the purpose of the pipeline. The device is designed to ensure reliable regulation of any material that is transported through the pipeline. Slide valves are installed on main oil pipelines and pumping stations in water and sewage networks. They are also used in the electronic power industry, including nuclear energy. However, our main result of our design activity is still the production of drawings allowed by our design. In this case, it is a slide gate valve. It is manufactured here according to the new requirements of our main customer, Transneft. Good afternoon. Hello. And now I want to introduce the chief technologist of our company, Vladimir Nikitin. We discussed the scope of control here. X-ray was also present, but now we refused it. Then you have to do it before machining, so that the surfaces are controllable, and through the base metal layer, we will check welded joints. The development and implementation of all production processes at the enterprise is handled by a special technological department. Technologists write all the details, the whole process of performing work operations, starting from the banking stage to the release of finished products. Each technological bureau develops technological processes including heat treatment, machining, gas cutting, stamping, hot bending of metal, rolling, and welding. After receiving the design documentation, we proceed to the development of technological processes. Technological processes cover the full range of all operations that are performed in the workplaces by workers using equipment. Now I propose not to distract Vladimir Anatolovich from work. I thank him very much, and I invite you to proceed to the main production of our enterprise. All of the stages of the technological chain are completed at the plant. The production cycle includes not only the assembly and adjustment of the finished equipment, but also the manufacture of its parts from the primary metal. And now I will show you the warehouse of the basic commodity material resources of our enterprise, where the flat steel, structural steel, pipes and welding materials are stored. When commodity material resources come to a warehouse of the enterprise, they pass the entrance quality control, whether they comply with the requirements of custom-made specifications. At the moment, the visual measuring control of the components is carried out. This is the beginning of the production. Now we are at the procurement site, where a number of technological processes are carried out, such as cutting, gas cutting, edge machining, sheet bending, welding, rolling, stamping. Let me introduce the head of the blank preparation workshop, Alexander Kazakh. As a result of the machining of the ends of sheet metal, we get the edges for welding. Next, after the processing of the edges for welding, flat steel enters the sheet bending. As a result of sheet bending, we get those blanks, pipe shells. This part then goes to welding. The welding of the longitudinal shell is made. The shell is a sort of blank for the future valve. It is made in the form of a cylindrical rim or drum of bent sheet metal. Some operations are performed here at a temperature of 950 degrees. Plant workers are accustomed to working with such high temperatures. Only in this mode it is possible to manufacture parts made of heavy-duty steel. We are located in the thermal department of the production building of our enterprise. Here, steel of various purposes used in the manufacture of pipeline valves go through heat treatment. After the blanking preparations are carried out, the parts from the site are sent for quality control. The products are loaded onto a special transport cart, so the products directly transported to the X-ray chamber. Please pay attention that the X-ray inspection is carried out in specialized premises that meet the requirements of radiation safety.
Управление рентгеновскими аппаратами осуществляется из специализированных помещений.
Control of X-ray machines is carried out from specialized premises, which are called remote X-ray chambers. Here, the operator of the X-ray unit is in complete safety behind the protection of concrete walls and specialized gates made of metals with high density, such as lead.
с большой плотностью, таких как свинец. На данный момент времени, значит, идет.
At this point in time, the process of decoding of the photos is underway. Kirill, tell us more about the work you're doing.
К расшифровке радиографических снимков
Only radiographic images are allowed for decoding that comply with the state standard GOST 17512.
на снимке не должно быть визуальных дефектов.
The image should not have visual defects such as scratches, artifacts, darkening of some kind. Optical image density should be from 1.5 to 4. At the moment, we measure the optical density for sensitivity. We check the picture quality. We have a photograph with the right optical density.
Плотности соответствует. Также снимок дополнительно.
Also, the picture is additionally marked with arrow marks to facilitate decoding and to detect the welded joint in the image section.
Ни один из методов неразрушающего контроля не дает.
None of the methods of non-destructive testing gives a 100% detection of defects. Therefore, our company, our laboratory, carries out a complex of non-destructive testing, which includes visual measuring control, capillary control by penetrating substances, and radiographic monitoring. At the moment, there is ultrasonic testing of the welded joint of the slide gate with diameter 1200. This product is a lid from the valve. The laboratory specialists carry out control. The equipment purchased by domestic investors was supplied by the world's best producers, mainly from Europe. It has already shown its effectiveness, thereby confirming the feasibility of very significant costs for the re-equipment of the entire production. Good afternoon, Oleg. Good afternoon. When do you plan to finish welding? Today welding will be finished by the first shift. The valve will be sent for sweeping. At the mechanical treatment site, the parts are processed for welding of the edges. Knot processing is also made there. We are at the site of assembly, SKD assembly and welding. Here, all the details that have been machined are gathered in such structures. Then they go for welding on a special welding equipment.
На специальном сварочном оборудовании. После проведения сварки сварные соединения.
After welding, the welded joints will be tested again.
Подвергнуты неразрушающим методам контроля. В данный момент мы находимся.
We are in the assembly and testing area of the finished products. We can say that this is the final stage of production of pipeline valves.
Трубопроводные арматуры. Все готовые узлы.
All ready-made components come to this site.
Участок. После проверки их комплект.
After checking their equipment, quantity and accompanying documentation, the valves are assembled under the supervision of the quality control service and installed in the stand for carrying out pneumohydraulic tests. We simulate the actual operating conditions of the valve. Here, the stop valves are checked for mechanical strength and hydraulic density, for leak tightness on detachable connections, for tightness in moving parts, for tightness of the valve assembly, for operability, and many other indicators. Modern pipelines are an incredibly complex set of engineering structures. Any disruptions in their work are fraught with serious violations of the technological process and can lead to severe economic and environmental consequences. Therefore, the valves for pipelines must be heavy-duty and have high corrosion resistance. It is a laboratory of physical-mechanical tests and metallographic studies of various materials. All incoming materials at our enterprise are subject to input control, check of their mechanical properties. Since the valves will be operated in different climatic conditions, from the Arctic to the tropics, we conduct full-scale tests of the metal.
Any
materials prior to their use in production are also subjected to metallographic studies on specialized equipment. In this case, it is an electron microscope where their structure is determined.
Металлографические исследования производятся на различных
Metallographic studies are carried out at various stages of the manufacture of pipeline valves, including when designing, heat treatment, coating, and welding.
обработки, нанесения покрытий, сварки. Важнейшие детали и узлы трубопровода.
The most important parts and components of the pipeline valves are covered with specialized coatings such as zinc and chrome.
Такими как цинковая, хромовая. Качество хромового.
The quality of the chrome coating is checked by laboratory methods.
При проверке контроля качества
When checking the quality of coatings, such indicators as its appearance, thickness, roughness, hardness, porosity, strength of adhesion are controlled.
Пористость, адгезионная прочность сцепления.
One of the stages of our process of manufacturing pipeline valves, we can say the final stage of production activity is the application of coatings. The type of coverage is chosen depending on the purpose of the gate valve and those places where the valve will be operated. This may be the conditions of the far north, normal operating conditions. After abrasive surface treatment of pipeline valves, this surface is tested for several quality criteria. First of all, this is the degree of surface cleaning, the degree of surface roughness. After the surface is prepared and accepted by the quality control service, the product is moved to a specialized painting chamber. Quality control of finished valves at the plant is a very important multi-stage procedure, since business partners, oil and gas companies, have the highest requirements for the supplied products. Transportation of energy carriers through pipelines can possess an increased danger to the environment in case of possible leaks. The enterprise believes that all these small things matter.
Задвижка шиберная. Сейчас мы с вами наблюдаем процесс.
Slide gate. Now we are witnessing the process of quality control of the finished coating, which includes checking the appearance, checking the dielectric density, the thickness of the coating, the strength of adhesion, and the strength of the coating upon impact. After carrying out the test of the anti-corrosion coating, the product is transported to the preparation area for shipment in the finished product site. All surfaces unprotected from harmful natural factors are preserved and have a temporary anti-corrosion protection. In particular, the internal passage of the pipeline valves is closed by special plugs, preventing the penetration of deposits, contaminants, and other harmful factors into the valve. Our valve will be operated in various parts of the world, in various sectors of the economy, starting from the oil and gas industry to the nuclear industry. Sergei Petrovich, is this valve now ready for shipment? Yes, it is ready. We only have to present the last operation to technical supervision. After the technical supervision experts give it permission, the valve for the pipeline will go to its destination. Usk-Kamenogorsk valve plant is a participant of the Modernization of Production Expansion project, which is included in a single program to support the development of entrepreneurship. Within this program, our company received a subsidy for the interest rate on investment loans. The newest technological equipment of world manufacturers was purchased. We hope for the positive decision of our government on the prolongation of the subsidy rate on investment loans aimed at expanding the modernization of production. The management of the enterprise hopes for the support of the state not only in terms of maintaining special financial regime for investors, but also in optimizing production costs. This will help the company to reach a new level of development. In light of growing competition, it is important for an enterprise to maintain quality at a high level while keeping competitive prices. In this regard, we ask the Usk-Kamenogorsk city administration to connect our company to a centralized heating system. Thank you for spending this day with us. I hope that you enjoyed the tour through our factory. See you.